and this is a long-awaited video that I've been trying to make for the past couple of days about LGBT people and relationships and disability. So those three things. And I'm always in a rush when I try to make these videos. I don't know why. I need to make more time for these. So hopefully I'll be able to get in everything that I want to get into before I have to go. So, and I'm really kind of tired today. I'm not sure why. I haven't been sleeping well, I think. But anyway, I want to kind of segue into this video by mentioning a show that I love to watch, Grey's Anatomy. And there's a particular storyline that's going on right now with Callie and Arizona. And they're in a lesbian relationship, and they're married, and they have a baby. And Arizona got into a plane wreck, and she lost her leg, had to wind up being amputated some days after they got rescued. And the clip that I'm about to throw in right now is showing a moment that Callie and Arizona had. So I want to share that with you guys and then start the video. So here it is.
Come to get you. You're going to this meeting. It starts in 20 minutes. Arizona? Where are you? Are you okay? Where's the nurse?
I didn't like her, so I fired her.
Oh, great. Great. That's just great. Why are you...
I thought that I could get to the toilet on time by myself. Apparently I was wrong.
Did you fall? Are you okay?
Do I look okay? I'm sitting in a pool of my own urine.
I'm putting you in the shower.
No, just get out!
Hey! Do not talk to me that way!
Arizona! Get out! Did you hear me? You did that! I can't even pee by myself!
Yeah, and it's a problem because you now stink! This bathroom stinks! I am not sharing my home with somebody like this!
Get out!
I have nowhere else to go! This is my life now, too!
As you can see, it's really, really intense. And when I saw that on when it came out about 2 weeks ago, I really wanted to cry because I felt for both Arizona, because she's newly disabled. She doesn't know how to navigate her way around, what to think of herself, what to do. And I really feel for Callie because she really loves her, and she's having to be subject to this, to her being mean and to her not understanding, how to be a disabled person now. And they're in this life together. They're in it together. Yeah, this is like this is a show, but everything is based off of real life. And for me, it's the dynamic of the relationship between the two people that I'm really, really interested in. I'm really curious as to how they're going to be able to navigate through this and out of this. Are they going to wind up staying together? Are they going to wind up breaking up? What's going to wind up happening? I'm really curious to find out. Because in real life, things happen, and as somebody who's disabled, I don't want to just say somebody who's disabled, but okay, as a person with a disability, each one of my days has the potential to be really, really great or really, really bad or somewhere in between. And I know for regular people, it's the same way too, but I feel there's a different twinge or a touch of urgency with somebody who's disabled, because it could potentially be a life or death situation. For me personally, I have my conditions, and my conditions are pretty stable. I have spinal muscular atrophy type 3, and in layman's term, it's under the muscular dystrophy umbrella. And in layman's terms, basically, it's that, let's say for argument's sake, each person's muscle knows how to make 4 proteins to help keep them strong. Mine only know how to make 3.5, and that little portion that it doesn't make correctly prevents me from maintaining muscle strength, and from being able to lift my arms above my head, and for being able to maneuver myself and so on. Even though it's pretty stable, it is progressive, which means that it'll get worse as I get older. Um, and this is something that I live with every day. I don't think about it like that every day, but my things, excuse me, are pretty kind of bad. That kind of like, oh my god, it's kind of there, and I live with this every day, and for somebody who I'm going to be in a relationship with, I don't know what they're going to think, or how they're going to take it, or how they're going to deal with that. Because some days, um, physically, I'm doing really, really well. I don't have too much extra problems or anything. And I just go on about my life. And then there are some days that it's just like, it's a chore for me to have to get up out of bed. It's hard for me to have to brush my teeth. Eating might be an issue that particular day. Um, Not to mention, like, I suffer from migraines, and I also have celiac disease, which is really a food situation. So, I mean, there's a lot that's combined in there, and sometimes for me it gets overwhelming. Um, I worry about the person that I'm going to be with, and how they're going to be able to handle it all. Um, I'm really sensitive in terms of not making people feel bad. And I know that I can't control how someone's going to feel or what they're going to do or think. But as somebody that I am in a relationship with, or that I love, I don't want to. I don't want to say. I don't want to necessarily like burden them or make them like extra scared for no reason. You know what I mean? Because I don't. I just the way I am. I'm not. I don't. I don't like inconveniencing people. I don't like bothering folks or whatnot. And um, I think that was kind of the demise of my last relationship, because I was so frightened of making her feel overwhelmed and scared that she was overwhelmed, that she was scared, and um, we wound up not being together. Not necessarily because of that for me, but uh, personality wise, it was a bad uh, matchup. But that's neither here nor there right now. But my trying to shield and protect my trying to shield and protect her wound up making her those things like scared, and oh my god, what am I gonna do? And she felt like she really couldn't handle it, and that left kind of a bad taste in my mouth, even though that I did that, because it's like, in my next relationship, what do I do? How do I handle that? What do I say? How do I prepare her? What do I do? Because like I said, I live with this every single day, and I don't think about it. I don't dwell on it. I still do what I have to do and get what I have to get done. And I'm fairly independent, and I like being that way. But it's like, how does someone um, with a disability handle a relationship, you know, with an able-bodied person, and have it be as equal or equalitarian, is that the word? Yeah, as possible, so that way one side doesn't feel like they're giving more than the other side. I'm trying to figure that out and work that out. I don't know the answer. In these 5 years that I've been single, I've been doing a lot of self work. Um, I had a lot of issues before dealing with people and trusting people, and a lot of things that happened when I was a kid that weren't good for kids. You know what I mean? Um, and so I know that I had to do a lot of that work of working on myself and changing the ways that I was thinking and what I intended for myself and how I felt about myself. Being in a relationship, oddly enough, when I went into it, I felt pretty confident about myself. And by the time I got out of that relationship, it was 2.5 years, I was another person. I totally lacked self confidence. I totally didn't feel supported. I didn't feel encouraged. I didn't feel loved. I didn't, at the end, I didn't feel loved. I didn't feel wanted. I didn't feel um, respected. And I think it was because in the beginning, when the relationship first started coming along, I felt that because I I am disabled, I had to give more. I had to put an extra effort to make things extra better because she had to um, deal with me and my disability, and that just set everything up to be really, really unequal and very unfair to me. I wasn't being fair to myself at all. And then when I would decide to stand up for myself and like have a backbone, basically, um, she didn't say this, but basically she was like, you don't get to have an opinion right now, because this is all about me and what I wanted. And, what do you mean you have an opinion right now? Like I said, she didn't say those exact words, but that's how I was made to feel at the end. So Ibra was the one who broke it off, though she wasn't really trying to keep it together anyway. Um, and when I was out of that relationship, the sense of self that I had before was totally gone. And that's why this is still a question for me as a disabled person. How do you handle um, a relationship with a person who's able-bodied? And especially, I feel under the LGBT umbrella, there's so much emphasis placed on looks and um, I don't want to necessarily say ability, but just the outer appearance. There's so much emphasis placed on that, and I don't match a lot of things that people will want. I'm just being honest with the situation. Unless people take time to get to know me and to know my personality and to know who I am on the outside, nobody would know, number one, that I'm lesbian, and nobody would know um, what type of person I am unless they take the time to get to know me. And a lot of times, I'm finding, especially in the LGBT community, that I get passed over, I get looked over a lot more than with with straight people. And I know maybe there might be somebody out there who begs to differ. You are welcome to. But from my experience, when women look at me, I'm not what they're looking for. And it's frustrating to try to put yourself out there and to not get the response that you think that you're going to get. Um, and to like continuously try and to do that. It's like, why I've run across that a lot in myself. It's like, why am I going to continue to put myself out there when I'm not what they're looking for? But at the same time, it's like, I know that I'm a really good person. I think that I'm a wonderful friend. I think that I'm very caring and so on, and a lot of other things. And my confidence is really good, and I feel great about me. I just wish somebody else would be like, oh my God, I feel great about you too. Let's like date or something. Um, but I'm not finding that, and I'm trying to keep myself open to that, and it's really difficult, and it's very daunting at times because it's like, outside of my disability, I still am a person with feelings and emotions and wants and desires and needs. And what do you do? This is my question. How do you balance all that? What do you do? So this video is like 14 minutes already. So I was rambling a lot. But yeah, that's my question, guys. What do you do? How do you balance all of that? Um, being disabled, being in a relationship, and being under the LGBT umbrella. How do you do? What do you do? If there's anybody out there who is disabled, that is in a LGBT relationship, I'd love to hear your story. I'd love to hear, um, the inner workings. Maybe if you're willing to share about your relationship and boundaries. Um, what do you accept the person to do for you? What are your expectations going into the relationship? How do you work those things out? I'm very curious to know. So um, that's it, guys. I hope you get to know a little bit more about me. This is a little bit more serious. I try not to do so many of these because it gets me thinking a lot of times during the day. But I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope it kind of makes sense because I was rambling a little bit. But give me your comments, do a video, whatever. Share if you want to. And I'll see you guys another time with more poetry. Oh my god, I have like a poetry following now. I feel so great about that. Alright, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.